What's up guys, MattVSNNL here, and today I'm going to show you how to make a basically like owner header. So basically we have like, instead of this, it's gonna just have like this hard to explain. So if there's a certain player like the owner, they're gonna have like an owner or header on top of them. So let's just get started with it. So if we just insert a parts real quick, and you have to add in a billboard UI. So basically what a billboard UI is, it's basically, if I just insert a text label in here, it's basically, so it's gonna be floating, so like a billboard as a GUI. So now that we got this, we're gonna put the studs offset to 1.8, so it's like above you. I'm just gonna do this index behavior global and clip the sentence off. Clips the sentence always on top on, and max distance is gonna be 100. Then the size is gonna be 5,0, 1.5, 0. So why we're doing this is so it like stays there, but since the text is coming with us, so it's gonna just stay like that the whole time, so it's not gonna like move with us. So then we're gonna put the size 1,0, 1,0, so as you can see it stays there now, so it doesn't like float with you. Then turn off the background transparency. I'm also gonna call this owner header, and then owner text. You can't just call it text. So then I'm gonna do Fredo Guan text scaled. I'm just gonna give this a nice UI gradient. So like UI gradient, basically what a UI gradient, it gives a gradient to anything you put it on. So like that and to that. Look at that. That just looks so good. Is it just me, or does that look good? Right, and then I'm gonna put the text to owner, and if we, yeah, that's where you need to put it to white, because if you change it, it's gonna go bad. So yeah, white. So it's gonna look like this now. So now we put the owner header in server storage or replicated storage, but I'm gonna put it in server storage, and now we don't need this part anymore. Then add in a script into server script service, and I'm gonna call it owner header handler. Right. So into the scripting, we're gonna do local server storage equals game get service server storage. So we're getting the server storage, and then we're gonna do local header equals server storage find first child owner header. And you might be wondering, why don't we just do server storage dot owner header? Well, maybe there's like a bit of lag in Roblox, so the player might be lagging, and then the script's gonna run even though it's not, the owner header hasn't been loaded in yet, so then they're not gonna get it. So we're doing find first child, so if it doesn't see it, it's just gonna wait. Right, so now we did it. So we're gonna do game.players, the player added connect function, and then as parameters player, so we're gonna get the local player from the player added. Now we're gonna get their characters, so player.character added connect function I can't spell today, character. So if you want this to go out to anyone, just don't do this. But if you want to do it as as an owner header, just do if player dot user ID is equal to, and then let me get my user ID. So this, then, so the reason why we're doing user ID and not just name, you could do name MattVSNNL, then wait, it has to be is equal to, and so the reason why we're not doing name, I mean you could do name, but say for example the player's name, they're gonna change their name maybe, and then if they're gonna change their name, then it's not gonna work anymore. So that's why we're doing user ID, because your user ID will never ever change, not in a million years. So, because basically your user ID is the player you are. So like the, let's say this person right here, they join on the exact same date as me. So your user ID is basically the player, that the amount of players you were. And so when you joined, there were these amount, so that's your user ID. So MattVSNNL, and it's on January 1st, 2017. Alright, so of course your user ID will never change. So now we know if it's the player's user ID, which is 226832508, that means we can start by making our header. So we're gonna do local new header equals header colon clone, because we're cloning it. For example, if we put it on our head, but then we die, it's gonna get removed, and then the script's gonna break. So basically, if there's like 5 players that have the name, for example, this is not gonna work. Then they're gonna have that name. But if one person then joined and has the header, that means they won't get it. So now we got our header, so we're gonna do new header dot parent equals character dot find first child head. For example, if the character's head is not added yet. So now we made our header. So if we test out the game, as you can see, we have the owner header. Oh, sorry about the mouse thing. So now if we do remove the 8, we are not the same user ID. So if we join, as you can see, we don't have it. So what if you want this, what if you want to make like a name tag? So call this whatever you want, and don't change the text, because we're gonna change it in here. So just remove this. Then if you want to make a name tag, so I'm just gonna keep it as owner header to make it easy. But now since this is gonna go out to everyone's gonna have the owner header then. So we're gonna do, before this, new header dot find first child owner text dot text equals player dot name. So the text is gonna change to player's name, and then if another player joins, it's gonna be their name. So if we test this out, as you can see, we join and our name is MattVSNNL. And you can also do like user ID. So it's gonna show our user ID, as you can see, or I don't know what else, but I'm not gonna check. But I'm just gonna do name. So even if they change their name, it's gonna change to their name. So if you guys enjoyed this video, make sure to like and subscribe, and I'll see y'all next time. Goodbye!